Please stand clear of the podcast. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pixie Dust Podcast, where we will be bringing you a sprinkle of magic in less than 30 minutes. I'm Matt.
And I'm Melissa.
And welcome to the show. It is now the month of April.
Whoa, time went fast, huh?
Yes, and we didn't get to you in March because all of us were extremely busy.
Extremely busy.
Doing Disney business.
Actually, yeah.
Most of the time. So anyway, we have a lot of news. And I mean a lot of news. Things kept popping up like wildfire. So let's just jump right into the news.
Sounds good to me.
So we're going to start with the refurbs, and Melissa's going to tell us what's going on.
Well, if you're anything like me, you like to know about the refurbishments before you go away on your vacation, because exactly. I know that if I went on a vacation to Disney World and I was looking forward to going on Pirates of the Caribbean, say, I would not be able to go on Pirates of the Caribbean because it's being closed for refurbishments for quite some time, but we're not going to start there just yet. I'm going to take you earlier. Actually, April 13th to May 8th, the Jungle Cruise is going to be closed for refurbishments.
So, for that period of time, you cannot see the backside of water. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
And you can't hear corny jokes from your skipper
terrible.
There. April 14th to April 17th, not that long of a time. It's a small world. It's closed for refurbishments.
Oh, they're probably going to repaint it again.
April 20th to April 23rd, and I know that I would be sad if I went there and this was not open. Space Mountain is going to be closed for refurbishment. It's only 3 days, so they really can't be doing that much to it. Maybe just updating quick maintenance. Oh, this is the big one. This is the biggie. May 11th to September 25th. So basically throughout the whole summer there, into September, Pirates of the Caribbean is going to be closed for refurbishments.
Yeah. Well, I think what had happened was when they installed the new boats a few years back, or whenever it was, there was issues with it, the attraction running, and it was really bumpy down that hill.
Right.
So I think they're just trying to big maintenance. It just keeps breaking down quite often.
Right. And July 6th through November 19th, Liberty Tree Tavern is closed for refurbishments. Now, if they're going to close it for refurbishments, add the characters back. Why don't you do that? I loved when the characters were there.
Yeah, me too. And that's why I haven't eaten there since. But,
yeah, well,
now we have Be Our Guest in Crystal Palace.
True. So those are your refurbs for this podcast. We're going to be doing this segment almost every month if there are new refurbishments to be announced. So that's it for that segment.
That sounds good. I think it's very helpful to know when refurbishments are happening at Walt Disney World, so you don't miss your favorite attraction.
Very true.
All right, and we're moving on quickly. And we're going to jump into some more news, and it's confirmed news. There's been rumors going around. Melissa, what are those?
Well, Toy Story Midway Mania and Soarin' attractions are getting expansions. They're adding more tracks to Midway Mania and another theater to Soarin'. So that should be really nice. Cut down the wait times, because we all know that the wait times for Soarin' can get quite long.
And Toy Story Mania as well.
I know. So if you don't have a fast pass for those, I suggest you get them. But if you do not want to use a fast pass for those attractions, then this might help
with the wait time. So anyway, that's confirmed news, and we're happy to confirm it. Now we're going to move on to the next piece of news. It's not really news, it's more of an event, and it's March Magic.
Oh!
Bringing Disney Magic into your home. As all you basketball fans know of March Madness.
Right.
I'm not a basketball fan, so
neither am I.
I don't know much about NCAA or QUPP or whatever they're calling it.
Is that what it is?
NCAA.
Oh, okay.
No, it really is NCAA. So, and it's a basketball tournament, but for us Disney fans, Disney World on the East Coast and Disneyland on the West Coast competed against each other, 32 different attractions in a tournament of March Magic. So we had wonderful teams competing, and all 32 teams go as follows: the Haunted Mansion Ghouls, the Dinosaur Dinos, the Troopers, the Yetis, the Shooting Stars, the Rumble, Electricity, Dreamfinders, Rockers, Drive, Sky Gliders, Boom, Fighting Seven, Flying Elephants, Maniacs, Maestros, and on the Disneyland side,
Cannonballs, Spectrum, Harmony, Mayhem, Gallons, Bellhops, Teacups, Temples, Headhunters, Velocity, Splash, Dragons, Screamers, Snowmen, Sailors, and Blast.
And we will tell you who the winner is, but first, we're going to tell you what our prediction for the winner was.
Right.
Mine was Seven Dwarfs Fighting Seven.
Mine?
I thought that it's a new attraction. Everybody loves it. Very popular. Melissa, what was yours?
I thought the Bellhops were going to take it. Tower of Terror attraction, because I figured everybody loves Tower of Terror. You have it both at the Disney World and Disneyland theme parks. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. But unfortunately, Neither of our teams won.
No, neither of them did. I did pretty awful on my bracket, too. Some of my second-round teams didn't even make it in. But anyway, the Disneyland champion was Space Mountain Blast, and the Disney World champion was the Haunted Mansion Ghouls.
Right.
Just keep in mind, the defending champion was Haunted Mansion. Who won this year? Haunted
Mansion!
So, it's an attraction that is definitely very popular, classic.
I thought it was very popular, but I didn't think it was gonna take the gold here. I thought that...
I didn't think it was either.
I'm very happy for Space Mountain, because obviously everybody knows it's my favorite attraction. If you've listened to this podcast before. If you haven't, it's not that obvious. But Space Mountain is my favorite attraction. I'm happy for them. Also, I do love Haunted Mansion, so I'm happy for them, but I thought that Tower of Terror was gonna take it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said about... You couldn't believe that Haunted Mansion took all the gold. If anybody was going to take all the gold, it should have been Pirates of the Caribbean. Boom.
Okay.
Aha.
And that concludes our corny jokes for this evening.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. Wait until we get into Frozen again.
But, oh, God. So anyway, to wrap things up, March Magic is a way for the Disney Magic to be brought into your home. And it was really fun. I enjoyed following it.
So did I. I thought it was really nice. I thought it was nice to check every week to see if my team won. And I like doing it. And as everybody, I'm sure, feels the same way as we do, it's hard when you're not at Disney because you just love it so much, you miss it so much. And this is one way that you can bring it into your own home and have a daily dose of Disney every day.
Exactly. And Disney, knowing how to make money, sold shirts along with this March Magic competition.
Well, it wouldn't be Disney without money, right?
And yes, and they thought it was a good money-making scheme, and they were right. I bought 2 of them. Fight 7 and Fill Magic Maestros.
Nice.
Both teams lost. Anyway, in the first round, pretty much.
Moving on.
Anyway, let's move on to some sequels.
Okay.
And Disney is going sequel crazy, ladies and gentlemen.
They really are.
Let's start off with one that everybody knows about, Toy Story 4. So they released some more plot details, and the plot details go as follows. It's not going to focus so much on the relationship between the humans and the toys, but on a love story, I guess, between toys. Well, this is a little strange.
It's a little strange.
Because Toy Story 1 is about Andy and Woody and Buzz. Toy Story 2 is about Andy, Woody, Buzz. Toy Story 3 is about Andy, Woody, Buzz, and Bonnie.
And Bonnie.
Toy Story 4 is about not Andy.
Andy, Woody, and Buzz. We have preschool toys present. I'm not going to go on.
No, it's not about Andy, Woody, and Buzz. It's, I don't know what it's going to be about. Should be really, is it going to be Buzz and Jessie? Is Bo Peep going to come back? Is it
I have mine.
Is it going to be Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head?
Well, they're married already, so.
Is it going to be Mr. Potato Head and Jessie?
Oh, gee.
Who knows?
Cheating on his wife? No, that's not the Disney way.
Is it going to be ham and a nice crispy dollar bill? Oh no, it's actually Pixar and a nice crispy dollar bill on this one, folks, because this is, I don't know. We'll see how Toy Story 4 is going to play out. Well, what do you think? Do you think this is a good idea?
Well, I love Toy Story. I grew up with Andy. Andy went away to college. I went right away to college. I didn't go away to college, but I went to college. But I love Toy Story. I don't know if they're going to push the envelope too far here because I think they ended it on a good note.
Yeah, it's not that the story is necessarily bad. It's more of a half-hour special. It shouldn't be a full film about a toy love story. I feel like it's going to be corny. It's going to be repetitive. What I mean by that is that it's like other animated films that are just thrown out there.
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see the toys try to make their way back to Andy. And I know that sounds mean because Bonnie really loves the toys now, I'm sure. This is my problem with Toy Story 3. I wish that Andy had kept the toys and then passed them on to his children, and then there's a story that right there.
Well, there's Toy Story 4.
5, 6, and 7.
8, 9, and 10. Yeah, believe me, they could stretch it out. I think, actually, the toys could get back into the Davis family.
Yeah.
If Barney marries Andy's son. No, wait a minute, because that would be... I don't know. Anyway, but somehow, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's be interesting to see how they... I'm definitely going to see it no matter what. We'll probably go see it together.
yeah, I'm going to see it, and we'll see. We got to wait till more details come out. This is just my opinion at the moment.
First stages of it.
The next sequel, we're going to stick to Pixar here. finally, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally here. They left us with a cliffhanger at the end of the first movie.
Yep.
The Incredibles 2.
I'm so excited for this.
Thank God.
Woman, where is my super suit?
But it ended with another villain coming up.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
I'm really excited for it.
They set themselves up nice and easily. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. Probably some good comedy. And it'll be just a nice Pixar movie to go to.
Love that movie.
Speaking of Pixar, Inside Out is coming.
Oh, I'm really excited for that. I'm
Looks
really
pretty
excited for that. It looks really cute. So I hope that it turns out to be a good movie.
And we have one more sequel to go. And let's just say Walt Disney Pictures can't let this one go.
They just can't let it go.
Frozen 2. Duel. Anyway, Frozen 2 is coming out, and I think this is going to be a big success.
Well, Frozen 1 was
Frozen 1 was still a big success.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Frozen overload. I mean, Hollywood Studios is still going strong with their Frozen fun.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Yep.
I don't think it really ever left, but they're just making it sound like it's returning.
I know. Yeah, it really did.
It was kind of there.
And they still have the Frozen sing-along there and everything, right?
Yeah.
So it really never officially left. They just wanted to make a big deal than it is. But anyway.
It's coming to California Adventure this year, too. So anyway, overall, I think Frozen 2 is going to be a big success in
So do I.
the sequel world.
I'm excited to see it, just to see what the new songs and stuff like that, because when Frozen first came out, I really did love the songs.
Yeah. But after a while, you just want to let them go.
Yeah.
I'm
these
sorry.
corny jokes.
I'm sorry about the Frozen puns.
I warned you about the corny jokes, so you can't say you weren't warned.
When you start with the Frozen puns, it just becomes an open door, and
it's all coming back in summer.
Got that right. That's actually has never left. Anyway, moving quickly along to Be Our Guest. And we talk about this every podcast too, but you know what?
I love it.
We're going to tell you why we're talking about it again.
Be Our Guest, as most of you know, is a very popular restaurant. I mean, if you just walk inside, even from the outside, it's gorgeous. And I gotta say, I love New Fantasyland, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, I'm really pleased with the way they carried this out. And Be Our Guest restaurant is an excellent addition to this New Fantasyland. Now, as you know, they have the dinner, which is very hard to get a reservation for, so if you can, make it 180 days out. They have the quick service lunch, which is also a huge success, and you can pre-order your meal 30 days out. Now, they're bringing you breakfast, which is going to be in the same fashion as lunch, where you can order it 30 days out. This is going to be a counter service breakfast, and it's going to be French-inspired cuisine. They're calling it like a fast breakfast.
Fast breakfast.
Okay.
Anyway.
You know what I'm trying to say.
I know, quick service.
Quick service, right. But, the words that they used was fast. So I want to use the word fast. So as I said, you're able to make advanced dining reservations for this breakfast, and it's a prefixed meal, which is one set price and includes your entree, beverage, and assorted pastry for sharing. Or you don't have to share, as Lou Mangello would say. You can share. Not that I'm going to. For all your Lou Mangello fans out there. So it would be about $19.99 for adults and $11.99 for children. And you can have selections such as eggs Florentine, scrambled eggs, quiches. It has a nice French feel to it. And I think it'll be a nice addition to the whole Be Our Guest experience.
I agree. I think it's good to have breakfast because just the restaurant's so popular.
Right.
You get more people in. Even if you can't get the table service dinner, well, you could get breakfast.
Right, so this is nice.
And what Melissa likes to call fast breakfast. Because, especially me when I'm in Disney World, everything is fast.
It's true.
Keep moving on to the next thing. Fast-paced until vacation goes so fast.
Right. So I'm really excited about that. I hope everybody enjoys it, and it's going to be a nice addition.
So, while we're talking about food, we have another restaurant coming.
And that restaurant is going to be called the Skipper's Cantina. Well, it's tentative, the name, but that's what they're calling it for now. It's going to be a Jungle Cruise-inspired themed restaurant. So, it will be in the Adventureland area. And actually, fun fact here, this is the first restaurant at the Disney parks inspired by an original Disney attraction and not an animated or live action feature. So they don't have any restaurants now that are inspired by an attraction.
I think that's awesome, especially the Jungle Cruise. I mean, it's kind of an attraction that over the years, it's still classic and still going strong, but It's kind of gotten a little forgotten, I think.
Right.
And to bring a restaurant to it, I think for all us nostalgic Disney fans, is a great thing.
Oh, definitely. I think that it's going to be a great addition to Adventureland because besides Tortuga Tavern, there really aren't any other quick service restaurants in Adventureland or restaurants in Adventureland at all, right?
That's true, and even Tortuga Tavern is half restaurant, half Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom trading post. So I think it's going to be a good addition.
What might be cool is if they added like a Pirates of the Caribbean themed restaurant.
That would be
nice?
cool too.
And I think they should.
It'd be cool if it was inside.
Oh, that would be awesome. You know what would also be cool? Carousel of Progress themed restaurant. You can eat while you watch it.
There's a great big beautiful burger somewhere.
So that's going to be open they would like to have it open by November 2015, but that's just speculation at this time.
So we'll see where that goes. I mean, that's good stuff.
Right. So I hope they release more information on that, and we'll keep you posted along the way.
All right, let's move on to Epcot.
Okay.
And an attraction or attractions that close, and that's called Innoventions West.
Right.
Now, in Innoventions is all these different innovations, basically. Can't really think of the word, but and all of these different attractions with these different companies and everything. So, after a while, companies stop their sponsorship. So, I've seen Innoventions attractions go, but I haven't seen the whole thing close, which is leaving the question: is it going to be something new, or are they going to reopen as Innoventions West? Now, something that's really more concerning to me is there's a cast member who works there. His name's John. We're gonna give him a shout out.
John,
we love you.
You know, I've never met you before, John, but I've heard stories and I've heard good things, and I've actually seen you on YouTube, and you're hilarious.
The most views on YouTube. He's a funny guy, and he worked at the Great Piggy Bank Adventure. So we hope this doesn't mean a job loss for him.
Yeah, because it's cast members like John, and we've mentioned Carol before, and Keith and Chris, and all those other great cast members that you meet along the way that make your experience so magical and so special that it's going to be really sad to see. You look forward to going to Disney World. You just look forward to going to Disney World in general.
Yeah.
But one thing that I know that I always look forward to, and I know that Matt looks forward to, is seeing those familiar faces that just put you right into the magic right away when you get there. Welcome home. It gives them the phrase that they always say, "Welcome home," and an even bigger meaning to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's important as guests to make sure you tell the cast members that you appreciate what they do, because
definitely they'd love to hear that.
They work hard.
They do.
So when a cast member makes you laugh or
makes you smile,
makes your day, or tells you to take your elbows off the table, tell them you appreciate that. So we'll see what happens with Innoventions West. It could be something, it could become an attraction that's revamped Future World, maybe that's what they're trying to do.
Maybe.
I know a lot of people would talk about Journey to Imagination with Figment, and I love Figment, big Figment fan, but a lot of people want the old one back. So that's the same group of people who want Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Things Under the Sea.
That's true.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll see what happens with Innoventions West. And now we're going to hop over to one last park, which we know is getting a lot of attention, is Hollywood Studios.
Right.
And there's a rumor.
A rumor that's confirmed.
It's confirmed, but it's not, we don't know what it is.
And that is Hollywood Studios name change.
Yes. That could be really big.
Yes.
No, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be called Star Wars theme park.
Oh, jeez.
Get that out of your head.
Well, for those of you who don't know the story, the CEO, Bob Iger, slipped to a 6-year-old girl who asked a question about Hollywood Studios. He accidentally revealed that a major remodel of the park is going to be done, and the name change is going to be done for a second time. And then he quickly turned around and said, "Can we announce that? Can we announce that?" Well, he just did.
He just did.
So,
but he confirmed that there is a name change, but we don't know what it is yet. Here's my best guess. Walt Disney Studio Theme Park. I think maybe they'll try to focus it on Walt Disney and how he loved filmmaking so much.
Right, and we all know the hat is now officially gone.
The hat's gone, so that's part of the remodeling.
I don't know if I'm happy about this. They already changed the name once, and we know why they changed it to Hollywood Studios, because they had a falling out with MGM. But, to change it a third time, come on, you have to keep some of the original magic. Even though Hollywood Studios quote unquote, the name Hollywood Studios is not the original magic. You have to keep some things the same.
I think they're gonna stay true to the studios part of it. I would like Walt Disney Studios. I think that'll be a nice, because then it's a name that they can kind of publicize. Because in all the vacation planning DVDs and stuff, there's always Disney Studios. So but of course we loved MGM, and when it turned to Hollywood Studios, I got used to it.
Well, what I don't understand is that they took away the hat. From my understanding, they took away the hat because they wanted to go back to that old Hollywood feel, and have the Chinese theater as the main focal point when you walk into the parks, and have that old Hollywood golden age, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s feel. And to me, Hollywood Studios, that name fits their theme that they're going for. Why change it now when they just took away the hat to have that theme going?
I think it's gonna focus more on actual Disney stuff. And it's going to become like California. And that's where I think they're going with it. Because really, everything there is almost Disney. You have some things that are like Twilight Zone isn't, of course, and Aerosmith. But, I don't know, Star Wars Land is probably coming. And so is Pixar.
Don't get me started on Star Wars Land. I think before anything, they should do a Pixar's Land. Just saying.
I think they're going to do both at the same time. And I think both of those things are so much related to Disney that a name change would probably fit it better. Once we figure out what it is. Well, we'll just leave it up in the air and comment what you think.
Yeah, you comment and tell us what you think.
What do you think the name should be?
Yeah.
I'm going for Walt Disney Studios.
I think it's a nice name.
It'd be weird though if they call it Disney's Walt Disney Studios. That'd be a little
that'd be a little much.
Anyway. So, one more quick piece of news. I'm sure a lot of you have heard the sad news that Cinderella's castle is getting a remodel, and it's getting a name change for Elsa. But in the spirit of April, a good April Fool's joke didn't hurt anybody. So
I gotta tell you, when I first read that, I teared up a little.
Yeah, so a lot of us saw that April Fool's joke, and it got us all fired up. Anyway, just to let everybody know, just so you stop making your bids now, I've already purchased the Adventureland Bridge
for $10.
$10,000. And it's currently in my backyard. So you can't buy the Adventureland Bridge anymore.
Darn it.
But that's okay. Like I said, all April Fool's jokes are a good thing. I think we're done here with the news.
Yeah, that went fast, actually. We thought it was going to go for 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, we're close now. 26 minutes and 11, 12. Anyway.
So now it's time for the
Trivia Question of the Month. In the spirit of the Disney's Hollywood Studios name change, the trivia question is, when did Hollywood Studios open? Well, there was MGM back then. When did MGM Studios open? The date and the year. It's a pretty easy one.
Yeah, sounds good. As always, we'd like to give a shout out to our friends over at the Tips from the Disney Diva website. Like them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter. I write for them, and I am the Main Street Diva. But shout out to all my other divas and divos out there. Also, follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Pixie Dust Podcast. Just look us up on Facebook. And if you'd like to follow us on Twitter, it's Pix Dust Podcast. I do that every time.
Yes.
And also a big shout out to all of our fans out there. Thank you for your support and your views and your listens and your listens. I don't know how else to say that. But thank you for all your support. We really appreciate it. And make sure to check out our mini-series. We're having a mini-series podcast being brought to you soon. So check those out too. At this time, we would also like to give a shout out to our friend and longtime listener, Katie Middlenick, who not only deserves a shout out just for being awesome, but she got the trivia question of the month correct last month. So thank you for listening, Katie. We really appreciate it, and congratulations. And our last shout out of the day goes to our friends over at the Disney Exchange blog and podcast, Lisa, Nick, and Dave. I recently won a contest that they were having, and I won myself a $50 Disney gift card. That's going straight to my Disney World fund. And be sure to check them out over at their Facebook page, Twitter, and website. So thank you guys. You're the best.
All right, so I think that wraps up everything here.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm Matt.
And I'm Melissa.
And this has been another episode of the
Pixie Dust Podcast.
Move along. There's nothing else to see. That's all, folks. I like the sound of that. That's all, folks.